Jonathan Whitley is actually leaving Audi F1 team, and that is a place where he was holding the position of team principal, and he is leaving for what the team said to be personal reasons. And I think this comes, after a week of rumors where it was said that Jonathan Whitley might actually be joining Aston Martin. And now with the team confirming that Jonathan is actually leaving, probably confirms also that he is actually headed to Aston Martin. But of course, there will be a gardening leave, so Aston Martin have also not confirmed that to be the case. But it is expected it's going to happen in the course of the next couple of weeks. Of course, there's going to be a lot of conversations about what this means to both Audi F1 team as well as the Aston Martin F1 team, because both of them, it's not like they are doing very well when it comes to the championship. So it will be very interesting to see how things proceed as we move along in 2026. But at Aston Martin, at least the news kind of makes sense, because Adrian Newey is already stepping back from his role as team principal to probably focus more on solving some of the issues the car has, or the struggles that at least we have seen so far in 2026. And so having a new team principal, or having someone take up the role of team principal at Aston Martin and letting Adrian Newey to probably focus on other things, makes business sense. And if Jonathan Whitley is eventually confirmed to be the team principal at Aston Martin, this will all make sense, because I think Jonathan had indicated that he would actually wish to go back to UK. And given that Audi is not based in UK and Aston Martin is based in UK, probably that makes sense at a personal level. And it probably played a role if he ended up listening to the offer from Aston Martin, which of course would include a good package. If this is the first time that you and I are meeting, I am Joe, and I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. At Audi, at least we know that Matteo Binotto will actually take up the role of team principal alongside the other responsibilities that he has in terms of the Audi F1 project. And probably that's not something that is new to him, given that he played the same role previously at Ferrari F1 team. But it will be very interesting to see how things progress at Audi and also Aston Martin as the year progresses, and whether these leadership changes mean anything, whether they are going to improve the situation at both teams, or whether they are indicative of probably a bigger problem within those organizations, which is probably something that is worth being interrogated when it comes to organizational and leadership structures of those companies, and what it means when a company is making changes as frequently as those teams are. And this is because in both organizations, you would not want to be in a situation where you are constantly changing the leaders at the top, and it has happened quite severely at Aston Martin. And you are not sure whether having Jonathan joining as team principal, whether it's going to be any different from those who have held that position in the past. This is going to be it on this particular video on the fact that Jonathan Whitley has actually left Audi F1 team. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not. I'm going to see you in my next video.